The Skinner Auto Group in Richfield Springs and Turnbull Insurance Service since 1866 present Mohawk Valley Living, exploring the arts, culture, and heritage of our region. A special good morning to Emily, pretty in pink, from Grandma and Grandpa in Frankfort.
Good morning and welcome to Mohawk Valley Living. It used to be when you traveled across the country, you would go through Cherry Valley on your way on the Cherry Valley Turnpike. Well, then along came Route 20 and Cherry Valley sort of became off the beaten path. But that's what we do. We take the road less traveled. We hope you do the same thing as you join us today on our trip through the Cherry Valley.
And I know you've been there too. I wish that we were like old friends, like we were when I was 10.
Today at 2 o'clock, don't miss an afternoon lost in the ozone again with the Commander Cody Band and some old friends. The concert benefits the Stephen Swan Humane Society and also includes performances by the Titchy Boys, Mossback Mule, and Billy Ellie. That's today at 2 o'clock at the VFW on Mohawk Street in Herkimer. It's time for the Skinner Auto Group road trip. We stop into Skinner Auto in Richfield Springs, where the guys are ready to take you on a tour of their spring crop of new vehicles. This week, we travel east along Route 20 and take the exit to Cherry Valley, located about 2 to 3 miles south. It is a village that is worth the detour. Just to tour the beautiful architecture is an event in itself. The peacefulness of the community has made it a haven for artists and writers since Willa Cather left the city for Cherry Valley in 1911 to write "Oh, Pioneers." The peaceful countryside also attracted the likes of Jack Kerouac, Allen Ginsberg, and many major personalities of the beat scene of the 1950s. The artistic spirit is still alive and well, and can be seen in the work of Cherry Valley Artworks, a nonprofit organization housed in the old limestone foundry building. Artworks began restoring the building in 2009 with the vision of a community art center and gathering place.
I'm standing in the Star Theater at the Foundry here in the heart of Cherry Valley. This building has so much history to it. It was built before the Civil War. It was used to create patches for the military during the war. We think World War I, maybe World War II. Also, baseballs were stitched here. In its heyday, this was the center of town, the heart of town. This is where you came to dances or to movies. Fortunately for all of us, Artworks is now bringing it back to life.
The Artworks Summer Concert Series begins with a Spring Gala fundraiser on Saturday, May 19th, featuring an auction of locally produced goods and services. For tickets or information about upcoming events like the Sculpture Trail and Kite Festival, visit cvartworks.org.
I know life is never easy, I've always had it rough. Good things come those who wait, but it's never been good enough. Since you came into my life, you filled my heart with love. Now you wanna live without me, and girl, that'd be tough, 'cause I'll do anything.
Another historic landmark here in town is behind me. It's the Bates Hop House. During the Civil War, in a 4-month period, over 600 Union troops were housed there.
Now you wanna live without me, and girl, that'd be tough, 'cause I'll do anything for you. Yes, I'll do anything for you. If you ask me to swim the 7 seas.
In the center of the village is Clow's Bookstore, located in what was once the old Telegraph Building. It's a small shop, but it is packed with books, with no space going to waste.
It was supposedly the first telegraph office was opened up here, and it was used as a school to train women to use the telegraph, and it's associated with Samuel Morse, because he used to come up here, and his cousin lived up the block. Mm-hmm. My father was a poet, and when I finished college and was in the service, I just figured I'd work for myself, so I opened a bookstore.
We just visited the Clow Bookshop here in the middle of town, and I couldn't help but notice this particular book of poems. I think it's pronounced Kaddish, I'm not sure, or Kaddish. by Allen Ginsberg. He goes back to my era, back in the 1960s, 1970s. He was a beatnik. What's significant about all this is that Allen Ginsberg, to get away from the big city of New York, moved up here to Cherry Valley.
Anyone who grew up in Cherry Valley knows Rory's Food Store. But the owner, Francis Rory, actually grew up in the store. He learned the grocery business from his father, but tells us many of his customers today think of it as a tourist attraction. So don't be surprised if he starts charging admission.
My father was a manager. This was a chain.
Oh, really?
Yeah, out of Schenectady.
What was it called?
Schaefer. Well, then 37, 38, they wanted to get rid of the little stores. So I sold them to the manager if they could raise a buck. I guess I was born in it. Only time I wasn't here is World War II. I'm older than you think.
More from Cherry Valley after the break.
Walking down the avenue.
Watch Mohawk Valley Living every Sunday at 7:30 a.m. and 11:35 p.m. on WKTV. And check out what's new on MohawkValleyLiving.com.
Your heart. If I could write a song, it'd be a miracle. If I could last that long, it'd be a miracle. If I could write a song, it'd be a miracle.
Back in 1945, Skinner Auto began as a small dealership on the corner of routes 20 and 28 in Richfield Springs. Today, Hiram Skinner is proud to have his son Roger at the helm, continuing the tradition of service to the customer and the community. In 1866, James B. Turnbull walked to farms and villages to visit his customers, earning their trust. Today, the fourth generation of Turnbulls continue that dedication, tailoring a life insurance plan to suit your unique needs and priorities. Turn to the company that is out there to earn your trust. Turn to Turnbull. Visit North Star Orchards for your spring planting. You can grow what North Star grows, from a variety of fruit trees to blueberry bushes. Check out this week's specials and visit the greenhouses bursting with colorful flowers and vegetable plants at North Star Orchards in Westmoreland. Tom's Natural Foods is your connection to local farms for natural and organic fruits and vegetables, meats, eggs, cheeses, and other milk products at Tom's Natural Foods in Clinton, naturally. Why do contractors and do-it-yourselfers shop Lincoln Davies? It's the superior grade lumber, the value for the money, the 140 years and 6 generations of customer service. Since 1872, Lincoln Davies has delivered superior lumber, value, and service, and they're not about to change things now. Celebrating 140 years at the same location, just 10 minutes south of New Hartford on Summit Road between routes 12 and 8. Lincoln Davies, building 'em like they used to. Remember when you used to bring your mother bouquets of dandelions? I'll bet she does. Brighten her Mother's Day with a floral gift from Chester's. You can even shop Chester's greenhouses on Mother's Day. Call Yannick Excavating for all your residential and commercial projects, from new construction and land clearing to septic systems, driveways, basements, ponds, and topsoil. Visit YannickExcavating.com. Visit the exhibits at the Oneida Community Mansion House. On display, the braidings of Jessie Catherine Kinsley, the needlework of the Oneida Community Women, and Lady Hamilton tableware. Tour the exhibits and the gardens at the Oneida Community Mansion House in Oneida.
I'm gonna dirty my fingers, paint my toes, stay up all night and watch the lights.
Special thanks to Turnbull Insurance Service and Mark and Jim Turnbull. Their continued support makes the show possible. Back in Cherry Valley, we visit the Plaid Palette, located in the historic Oliver Judd House on Main Street. Their primary product is tartan and Celtic-related products, even bodrans, harps, and bagpipe supplies. But you'll also find much more, like the popular new guitar pick jewelry. And believe it or not, they're world famous for their customized wedding cake toppers.
About 20 years ago, we started doing the plaids. We started painting the plaids. And I got certified as a plaid painter, a tartan fellow. And we started Santa Clauses, and they were so popular, particularly at the Scottish Games, that we had a person ask us about a kilted wedding cake topper. Well, we thought long and hard, and about 6 months later, we developed a design for a kilted cake topper. And ever since then, we've been doing just really crazy, wacky stuff, and the funnier, the better sometimes. I'm not talking about the bride with the rolling pin and the plastic stuff. We're talking about resin and sculpted ceramics. It's their statement. It's their love. If they love dolphins, maybe they're in the business. Maybe they're skiing. We've done skiers and surfboarders and, oh my God, skydivers. And we've done just about the gamut of people. But getting off the people, now a big thing is the castles. And we have like something like 27 or 28 different types of castles, and you can put a gray stone finish on it, you can put plaid roofs, you can put turquoise on it. Doesn't matter to us. We think it's great. Your color choice is what you have on the top of that cake. Yeah. It's fun. We've not had, the only one we've ever really had return was a mother-in-law who returned a cake topper because she refused to put the groom as an alien on the cake. And we had a good laugh about that one. She really read me out really that, you know, it was the only thing he wanted to do was the cake topper, and now he screwed it up, and I'm going, oh my God.
There's something in you just can't explain. Bring the sun that shines down.
We say goodbye to Sue and walk next door to the Cherry Valley Museum. The facade is being completely repainted, and inside everything is being prepared for their summer season that begins on May 26th. This is an impressive little museum that is open 7 days a week starting Memorial Day weekend. Be sure to include a visit sometime this summer to the Cherry Valley Museum located on Main Street. As we continue our stroll up Main Street, we see that the doctor is in, the computer doctor at Otsego Computer Experts. If your computer is sick, call the doctor. We pop into A Rose is a Rose, where the fragrance and colors catch Richard's attention, and a pretty potted plant is heading home to his wife.
There it'll stay, loving you every day.
For lunch, we visit the popular gathering spot, Coyote's Cafe on Main Street. The place is hopping, and owner Amber makes sure that everyone is well fed. We asked some regulars how often they visit, and they told us not too often, sometimes only once a day. Coyote's Cafe is open for breakfast and lunch 7 days a week.
When you're here in Cherry Valley, be sure to come to Coyote's Cafe. You will find very friendly people. They sat here during lunch today and they solved all the problems of the world that I could tell. And then if you have the inclination, and you should, be sure to order a piece of homemade cherry pie. After all, it is the Cherry Valley.
Look around, it lets me know I'm home. I'm making this valley my home. I'm so proud to call it my
More from Cherry Valley after the break.
Oh, it's not what you take or give, and it's here I want to live. Yes, I'm making this valley my home.
The automobile has gone through many changes through the years, but the Turnbull family's commitment to local drivers has not. Researching and selecting the best coverage for you with unparalleled service, claims handling, and settlement. Turn to a local company with 4 generations of knowledge and experience. Turn to Turnbull. Experience our nation's proud history during the Town of Western Heritage Days. Fireworks Friday night are followed by 2 days of colonial encampments, crafts, games, period music, food, and more. Admission is free to the Town of Western Heritage Days, June 1st through 3rd.
Hi, Dr. Tom. Bringing your cat to the Paris Hill Cat Hospitals on Sundays is a part of Mohawk Valley living. Come inside and see why.
Paris Hill Cat Hospital, this is Lindsay. How can I help you? Your cat is losing weight and you need an appointment, and you're only available on the weekend. Sure, I have an appointment Sunday with Dr. Karen. Does that fit into your schedule? Okay, we'll see you then. Thank you.
We're open 7 days a week because we know that your cat can become ill anytime. The Parasil Cat Hospital, quality care for your cats and kittens.
Taste the homemade difference at Maria's Pasta Shop. Homemade lasagna, manigot, stuffed shells, ravioli, and more. Ready-made dinners, make it home, and party trays at Maria's Pasta Shop, Oneida Street in Utica. When you shop Meelan's Market, you'll be the grill master. That's because every hot dog, beef patty, and sausage is made by Bob Meelan himself. Find everything for your next cookout, from store-made meats to fresh salads and tabbouleh, at Meelan's Market at the Four Corners in Clark Mills. For the most unique shopping experience, visit the Little Falls Antique Center and the shops at 25 West. Over 40 local vendors, all under one roof. Antique lovers can spend hours perusing thousands of ever-changing antiques and collectibles. Upstairs at the shops, you'll find something for everyone. Handmade crafts, jewelry and clothing, fine art, food and kitchen gadgets, books, and home furnishings. Shop local at the Little Falls Antique Center and the shops at 25 West. Always worth the drive. At Canal Place in Little Falls. Artwork from the Adirondack Kids book series is on display at View through July 15th. Meet the authors Gary and Justin at the opening reception and the official release of Book 12 Saturday, May 19th from 1 to 3 at View in Old Forge.
Traveling round the Mohawk Valley, we're going on a road.
The grand homes and architecture in Cherry Valley attest to the village's prosperous past, with the construction of the Cherry Valley Turnpike in 1799. Today, many people are finding that real wealth is working with the fertile land in the valley. Nectar Hills Farm Store is an outcrop of a nearby farm, bringing fresh raised produce and meat from the farm to the village, as well as other artisans' creations from local artists and from around the world.
To see what we can see, traveling round the Mohawk Valley. Let's see.
Well, originally I got the space to become my art studio, but then because we have a farm and we're trying to make a living as farmers, I thought having a store will be a good way to promote the store. The farm, so we sell products that we grow at the farm. We have grass-fed meats, lamb, beef, and pork, and we have honey. And in the summer we have vegetables, and we have eggs, and maple syrup, and cheese, and everything else from, because I have that art thing going. I like to have everything. I couldn't just have a freezer with meat. We were always into organic food. We were vegetarians for many years. And we wanted to get out of the city, have a space where we could escape and create or whatever. An hour away from the city, we couldn't find anything, so we keep increasing the distance, and we ended up 3 hours and a half southwest of Albany, just because you could buy like 250 acres and a barn and a house. That was the trap.
Nectar Hills Farm Store is located on Main Street in Cherry Valley and is open Wednesday through Saturday 1 to 4. Sonia has invited us to visit their farm when we visit the town of Westford in a few weeks. Next door to Nectar Hills is Cherry Branch Gallery. This wonderful space hosts local artists. Last night was the opening reception for artists Pamela Livingston and Richard Redmond. We spoke with Pamela, who offers viewers a glimpse into her travels and living with the people of the Amazon forest.
I'm a painter, but I never thought of myself as a photographer, but I had thousands of photographs, and Kristen offered me this show, and I decided for a change to show my photographs. The photographs represent an innocence that's within all of us and a connection with nature. There's a lot of people in the photographs, a lot of children, a lot of beauty of just a natural way of life that inspires me, and I think people will enjoy it. I don't want to say too much about it. I just happen to be wearing today this was made by a very old lady. It's a shirt dyed in this tree bark dye. The brown color is from tree bark, and she embroidered it all over with different motifs. This is a snake. In the Shipibo tribe, this snake is a very common motif, in fact, all over the Amazon. But these are just freehand, and I think there's something on the back, maybe 2 snakes.
Yeah. Double-headed snake.
Yeah, and this is another one I happen to have with me of a young girl. A young girl embroidered this, but the Shipibo art is a very rare kind of labor-intensive, handmade. All their garments are handmade, painted or embroidered, and they're very special. So I'll have a few of them around in the show, as well as some photos of them.
Pamela Livingston's show is on display through March 31st at the Cherry Branch Gallery. Open Wednesday through Sunday, noon to 5. We meet another local artist, Margaret Lunsman, who was encouraged to turn her whimsical watercolors into greeting cards.
I work with watercolor mainly. I've tried others, and my favorite is watercolor. And I had done a painting for the gallery last Valentine's Day. And my friend of mine, who's also an artist, said that she loved it so much, she said I should make it into a greeting card. So that got me started on that. For a year now, I've been making greeting cards. And also I bring down the size of the painting to a 5x7, so I can also make that into a greeting card. Everything that I made has a little heart in it, and so that inspired me. And then I had met a friend who has a wonderful herb garden, so then I decided to paint herbs and edible wildflowers, and so it's growing in different directions.
We head to the southern end of Cherry Valley to the Veg Table. Here on his family's farm, Eric Irway grows vegetables for his vegetable stand and local restaurants. His farm was certified naturally grown in 2010.
We've been growing garlic 7 years. Basically, a friend of mine from the area started me on garlic with about 100 seed garlic, and I've grown them each and every year, a little more each year, and then we've created up to 45,000 heads of garlic this year. I grew up on a dairy farm. My grandfather and father both farmed together, and through the years we've moved back into our own family farm where I grew up, and this is what we're farming on now. Like I said, we started out with about 100 by 100 garden, and now we are over 4 acres of garden. This is what the garlic looks like at this time of spring after being dormant all winter. I learned that these are harvested in July, and also learned, believe this or not, that this root can grow to be 4 feet. Can you imagine that? 4 feet long.
You can find Eric's garlic at all the local garlic festivals. Learn more about garlic and the Veg Table at theveg-table.com. Before we leave Cherry Valley, we head to Route 20 to visit the historic teepee. On Sunday, May 20th, they're hosting a Native American Artisan Day. There will be artists and crafts, drumming and singing, storytelling, and Iroquois social dancing. That's on Sunday, May 20th from 10 to 5 at the teepee on Route 20 in Cherry Valley.
Traveling round the Mohawk Valley, we're going on a road trip. Go on along.
Here's what's hot on the lot at Skinner Auto. Check out this 2010 Dodge Journey SXT. Only 29,000 miles and factory certified 100,000 mile warranty. Only $15,995. Stop into Skinner Auto to check out what's hot on the lot.
I, R.A. Dudrak, the Window King, invite you to visit our showroom in Holland Patent, or we'll come to your home by appointment. We've been installing replacement windows for over 45 years. Keep your palace cool in the summer and warm in the winter by adding new windows. Many styles and selections to choose from. Bay, bow, garden, and double hung, single hung, and slider windows. The Window King also introduces color replacement windows. So take a short drive to R.A. Dudrak, Holland Patent, and tell them the Window King sent you.
Spring style begins at the Village Crossing. Discover unique women's attire, jewelry, handbags, and accessories designed to delight. The Village Crossing on the Village Green in Clinton. Shop Shelter for handmade Adirondack furniture designed by craftsman Jim Kiefer. He works with you to create custom pieces to your specifications, from dining room and coffee tables to bookcases, beds, and bunks. Call or visit Shelter on Main Street in Old Forge. Enjoy a delicious pot of fine flavored varietal and herbal teas at the Tea Bar at Trenton Teas, or arrange an afternoon tea in the tea room. Visit TrentonTeas.com to learn about upcoming events or to arrange your own event at Trenton Teas on Elizabeth Street in Utica. The Longaretta Law Firm, protecting your rights and advising you in matters of legal importance. Call for your free consultation, 735-6162. Expecting company? Just call Deansborough Superette. They prepare delicious Middle Eastern platters for any number of guests. Call 841-4377. Savor the flavor of authentic Southeast Asian cuisine at the Lotus Garden Noodle and Sushi House. The Pooh family welcomes you to lunch or dinner at the Lotus Garden, 339 Bleecker Street in downtown Utica. If you're in a collision, you need Precision. Call your insurance company first and then choose Precision Unlimited, providing expert auto body collision repair since 1987 on Route 5 in Clinton. Visit MohawkValleyLiving.com for an interview with Rich Masucci, organizer of the Veterans Outreach Center's benefit May 18th through 20th in Utica, featuring performances by dozens of bands.
She makes good tips since she quit smoking.
We've celebrated May Day, and now we all really want to get out in the garden and start planting flowers and get some color out here. Let's be cautionary a little bit. It's early yet. You can start your garden with some onion sets, possibly some cabbage and something hardier like that. But then flowers, some of the first ones we look for are pansies or violas. They can take a little bit of the cold. Onion sets are safe to plant at any time. You just have to determine what type of onion you want to grow, whether it's the traditional yellow that stores very well, whether you want the red for the salad stuff, whether you want the white that is a sweeter onion, or whether you want just the small onions, which are scallions or green onions. Obviously, if you're looking for the small onion, green onion, you would plant them closer together, harvest them earlier, immature. If you want the larger ones for storing later through the winter, you would obviously plant them a little farther apart and let them go through August.
We hope you enjoyed our tour of Cherry Valley this week. No trip to Cherry Valley is complete, at least not for me, without stopping here at the teepee. For as long as I can remember, from when I was maybe 10 years old, whenever we drove Route 20, we stopped here at the teepee. Last year, it became a National Historic Landmark. Be sure to tune in next week, and between now and then, enjoy Mohawk Valley living.